Hi, my name is Joe Bonamassa. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I'm in Berlin, Germany. My first Gibson guitar was a 1972 Firebird medallion model, and I bought it for the grand sum of 225 US dollars, for the reason being, as most Firebirds suffered in that era from the headstock repair. And this thing had been repaired at least 4 times when I got it. But I bought it because it looked like Johnny Winter's guitar. And I loved it. And then ultimately it broke again, because I would carry it around in the same Firebird case and it broke again, and I had to get rid of it. But that was my first vintage Gibson guitar, and it was $225. Those were the days. Oh, I have some pretty nice Gibson guitars. I own 5 bursts, as you would call them. I own 3 59s and 2 60s. I also own a 1960 factory black standard. I have every Les Paul from 1952 through 1961. It's quite a photo. And yeah, I'm a lucky guy. My favorite probably is, you always remember your first, they say. My favorite is probably a guitar I call Magellan. It's a 59 Les Paul, serial number 90829. Wow, that's a deep question. Well, I mean, if you're a guitar player and are not familiar with Gibson, then you're probably living a lifestyle that's kind of foreign to me, because, you know, there's the staples of life. There's Gibson, there's Fender, there's, you know, the stuff that guitarists are really, you know, into, Epiphone. And as a collector, you stick with those staples of life. You know, I've always been programmed to go, I want to play a Les Paul, so I'm going to play a Les Paul. I want to play a guitar that looks like a Les Paul, you know, just play the Les Paul. And I'm just a traditionalist in the sense that I like old guitars plugged into old amps, turned up really loud. And until that day comes when the kids put me out of business, when they start computerizing their guitars, Bluetoothing into amps, and that will be my cue for an early retirement. I'll just sail off with my collection of now worthless vintage guitars, and I'll be in some cabin in Virginia.